Welcome to Knitting Daily, where yarn and fiber takes center stage. Join knitting expert Uni Jang, crochet ace Kim Worker, spinning and weaving fiberista Liz Gibson, and favorite stitcher Shay Pendray. Get started with the world's most beautiful fibers and yarns. Meet trend-setting designers, improve or learn new skills, knit along with us, and make time for yarn every day.
Trade show here in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm with Tracy from Tucson, Arizona, who has a question. Tracy?
Well, I own a shop and I teach a lot of classes on lace and shawls in particular. And I have a lot of customers who, once they have their shawls made, knitted or crochet, they have difficulty blocking it because of space issues. Do you have any suggestions on blocking a large shawl piece in a small space?
I'm here with Kathy Elkins from Webb's, and she's going to answer the question, how to block a larger project. Hi, Kathy.
Hey, Shay, how are you?
I'm great.
Well, I'm excited about this segment because, you know, larger projects, by the time you're finished with them, you're ready to have them really done. But until they've been blocked, especially with lace, you're not really done. And the technique I'm going to show today is important not just for lace projects, but even if you've done a big coat or something oversized that wouldn't fit on a traditional blocking board or your traditional, you know, people use beach towels and whatnot. There's lots of different ways to do this. I've seen people use their rugs at home, their mattresses.
Oh, really?
You absolutely can. If you've got a queen-size bed, you can use that as a blocking because, you know, if you take your bedding off, you can see the patterning on it to use for measuring. But I always recommend to our customers owning a nice cloth of checked fabric, be it a gingham or whatever you've got.
Because you're actually going to use the lines of this fabric. Because you can
actually measure with this. So especially for garments that have to have an exact fit, it's very important that you measure. And this mimics what a traditional blocking board would have.
And this piece is bigger than a blocking board.
Absolutely. Yep. Even if you put two side by side maybe, but that's not something everybody would own, and going out and buying a piece of fabric for just a few dollars is much more practical.
Gotcha. So how do we start?
Well, what I started here with this piece, and I just want to point out, and I know you're aware of it, and I want to make sure the viewers are, that this piece, for the purpose of this example, has already been blocked.
Otherwise, it would have been
all squished up, and to try and do that all at the same time would have been a little crazy. So I just don't want to mislead anybody. But you would start out by lining up the center onto the lines here of your checked fabric. And then we've already started some of the pinning here. You'd fold this back. And you would start your pinning from the center and work your way out, because remember, again, especially on a piece like this of lace, it will have been all scrunched up when it first comes off the needle. So you have to start in and work out and continue to smooth as you go.
So starting the center is the most important part.
On lace, yes. Now, if this was the back of an oversized coat, for example, if you were doing like a knee-length coat or a jacket, something of that nature, you wouldn't have to worry about that. You'd measure it out on the grids, make sure your measurements matched what the finished pattern measurements were, and start on your corners and work your way that way. But in this example, I've lined up the center, and I'm just going to follow this line down.
Now, for the viewer, you're following the line on the fabric because they probably can't see that.
They probably can't see it, but we here can see through the fabric, to the fabric.
Just kind of talk us through. We would come down this line first, Kathy, or we would go around?
I would come down and then still go around, just working your way all the way out and following your lines. Now, you're going to either be on a vertical or a horizontal line, and just keep following yourself out. And for myself, Shay, I might not be as precise about the blocking technique. If this was a scarf, you know, I don't always worry about the measurements. That's just the type of knitter and crocheter that I am. If this were a tablecloth, though, I certainly would want to make sure that it was right on the money in terms of the sizing and dimensions, and that's very important in the blocking process.
Well, and it has to fit your table.
Absolutely.
And you in the spray bottle, Kathy?
So once you get your whole piece blocked and all pinned, you then use just room temperature water with a little bit of a wool wash in there, just a little drop, and then you spray the whole piece down.
You really dampened it.
You really just dampen it. Now, another way to do this is...
Now you let it dry, Kathy?
Now you make sure it's in a secure place where children and pets will not get to it, and you let it dry.
Okay.
And then you'll have your beautiful piece.
And it'll be all blocked.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Shay.
And now we're going to join Kim, and she's going to show you some great scarves.
Knitting Daily. Make time for yarn every day. The projects and patterns from today's show, plus more ideas and projects, can be found on the web at knittingdailytv.com. This is show 201. Continue knitting daily every day by joining the online Knitting Daily community and receive a free newsletter 5 times a week, filled with step-by-step techniques, inspiring reader-contributed stories, and free patterns. It's about knitting all the time. KnittingDaily.com.